Honestly, supermarkets. They can provide you with ready-to-eat lobster thermidor with quail's egg dressing in a caviar souffle, but they can't make a plastic bag that can carry more than 1 tin.
Of course I want to go boozy drink Red Lion, but I need wages first. So I cannot go boozy drink till father come home. Father come home!
Wait. Slowly.
Slowly.
Walk round me.
Walk around me.
And gently shut the door behind you. Don't slam it.
Gently shut the door, no slam it. I forgot wages.
Would you like to buy this bowl, Mrs. Madam? I think it is, about 20p. Brian, would you like to buy this? It is the thing that Daddy uses for making the potatoes soft and which we use for making that spider into pieces. It is only 20p. Brian? Brian?
Why doesn't she just mug me? It amounts to the same thing. Come on, Brian, out the way.
Daddy, the school fete is going to be opened by the Duchess of Kent, and I am going to do the white elephant stall.
Oh, darling, that's super.
And I am going to get something off you, and something off Maria, and something off old Mrs. Wilson.
That's lovely.
And we had an election in class, and everyone had to vote to say who they thought should run the white elephant stall, and I won.
Oh, lovely, darling.
And I beat Julie Dunkley and Andrea Fnor and Mary Wiley and Andrew Dwonkin and Hassan Ben Ahmed and Heather Perfect and...
What did you say?
We had an election.
No. Who did you beat?
Julie Dunkley.
No, forget her.
Andrea Fnor.
No, forget her.
Mary.
No, forget Mary. Forget all the others. Who was the last one?
Heather Perfect.
You got more votes than Heather Perfect.
Yes, Daddy.
So she got less votes than you.
Yes, Daddy.
So in terms of the total number of votes cast, you came above her.
Yes, Daddy.
So what you're really trying to say is a representative of this family beat a representative of the Perfects at something.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, Claire, that's marvellous. Well done, that's marvellous. You really are marvellous. That is tremendous. Isn't that marvellous, Brian? Oh, Claire, you are an absolute marvel. The White Elephant Stall. Oh, I'd love to see little tweed knickers next door coming home tonight. Oh, mother dearest, I regret to inform you that I shan't be managing the albino pachyderm stall this year. Yes, that's because no one wants to be served by a stuck-up brat. Oh, Claire, you really are a marvel. Isn't she marvellous, Brian? So I must have overdone the Claire, you're marvellous bit because Brian burst into tears and ran off. I tried to talk to him about it, but he just didn't want to know.
Why don't we talk about it over a drink? Let's try this place. All kids are moody sometimes. My son was moody for most of the 1980s.
Why was that?
He was depressed about how much time he'd spent being depressed in the 1970s.
No, it's worse than that. Brian's not even putting things in his mouth anymore, and that's the one thing he's good at. I mean, he won't even lick anything.
And do you think it's just because of this one incident?
I think so. I mean, he's having a tough time at school, but he's used to that. And he's having a tough time socially, but he's used to that. The one thing he isn't used to is having his father spend an entire evening telling him how marvellous his sister is.
Tell me, my dear, what's your name? Kevin. Often an older child does feel rejected when there's a younger sibling. It can lead to deep psychological scarring. But there is a pragmatic and theoretically sound solution to this age-old familial conundrum.
What's that?
Buy him a very big present.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fall into that trap and be one of those parents who buys their children off, giving them presents rather than dealing with their feelings. We're getting divorced, but never mind. Here's Action Man's amphibious buggy.
Can I have this for my stall? What about this? What about this? Can I have this? What about that? What about this?
Brian, where are you?
What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about these?
Shut up! Claire, where's Brian?
I don't know, Daddy.
Well, did he come home from school with you?
Yes, Daddy.
So, where is he now?
I don't know, Daddy.
He's run away. I know it. It's all my fault. He could be anywhere. Maybe he went round to the Shipley's.
Hello, this is the Shipley household. We're not here at the moment,
Why is it you can never get hold of anyone when you want them?
Hello, this is New Park Junior School. Office hours.
Well, at least the police won't be on answer phone. Hello?
Hello, emergency.
Oh, thank goodness, I need the police.
Putting you through.
You will be held in a queue.
This is ridiculous. He could be anywhere. He could be in a crate en route to Thailand.
He could be in the back garden.
He could be in the back garden. Brian, there you are. I was looking for you everywhere.
Such an agreeable smile has certified the continuance of the scheme. Well, Miss Woodhouse, he almost immediately began. Are you inclined to dance? Indeed, said Emma. I do believe it possible to dance here with no material injury accruing to either body or mind.
Ah, Eric, how art thou?
Yep, fine.
You look a little confused.
Well, it's just that I was looking for Brian, and he was, well, he seemed to be just staring at something in your garden.
Of course he was. Where else would he be?
I'm sorry?
He's been staring into our garden for the best part of a month. At Heather, our young, beautiful, elegant, and much sought-after Queen of Hearts. Did you not know about his great infatuation? Surely you know about the letters? And the phone calls, silent though they were. And the presents, the gifts, the flowers, the invitations, the valentines, the cards, and the potato print portrait of Heather that made her look like the victim of a yoga accident. I'm surprised you didn't know, but then maybe the evidence was a little scanty. Of course, it's so difficult getting the balance right, isn't it? You lavish attention on one child, you end up overlooking the other, and I imagine Brian is desperately easy to overlook.
Brian, dinner time, if that's all right with you.
So, what will you find for my stall at the fete, Daddy?
I'll have a look later, darling. Got a lot of things on my mind at the moment. Where's my little Brian? Come on, Brian. Time for food, but not if you don't want to, obviously, but it's here if you do.
Maria didn't find me anything, and there is only one day left.
Oh, why don't you go and ask old Mrs. Wilson? I'm busy with Brian. Lovely Brian! Matey, 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 blokey.
I think this is what they call favouritism. I do believe it possible to dance here with no material injury accruing to either body or mind, despite the felicities of rapid motion.
Brian? Brian! So, what do you want for dinner? What can your old dad get his terrific son? Burgers? Chips? Chips? Beans? Crisps? Chocolate? Chips? More chips? Bit of everything, hey? What's it to be? Something terrific for my terrific son, Brian. Me old mate. Me old mucker. Terrific, marvellous, terrific old mucker son. Do you know, it's funny. I don't know whether you know this, Brian, but sometimes as you get older, you can say things about people, things that sound a little bit, well, not that nice. Do you know, let me think. Things like, just off the top of my head, little Miss Tweed Knickers stuck-up brat, for instance. It's funny, but you can actually mean that in a nice way, as a way of showing that you actually really, really like someone, Brian. Brian? How would you like a nice big present?
Mrs. Wilson, it's me! Hello, you little monkey. I was wondering, 'cause I am running the white elephant at the school fete, if you could give anything for it. What sort of thing, dear? Anything that is old and interesting and nice. I'll tell you what, I've still got me ration book from the last war. Would that do? That would be lovely. It's upstairs in the attic. I'll just nip up and get it. Shall I come round and get it later? Don't you worry, I'll drop it round myself. I've got to dash out to the post anyway.
It's lovely, Brian. It's a really terrific present from a really terrific bloke. She's gonna love it.
Ah, good morrow, neighbour.
Hello, Ray. Brian was just wondering whether Heather was in.
My most excellent daughter is currently besporting herself in the back garden with her most cultivated young friend, Crispin Merveilleuse. They are engaged in an humorous and yet educational pastime, namely a game of doctors and nurses.
Perhaps Brian would like to be an ancillary worker. Ha 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 ha.
Goodness me, I've made so much money from my private practice.
Let's take a year off and go skiing.
Okay.
Brian Feeble, what are you doing in Closters?
Go on, Brian. It'll be great.
Oh, not another present.
This is rather different from the others.
Oh? A ring. Indeed, is most different from the others. Crispin, I have received a gift which doth appear to be of considerable substance. What thinkest thou of this bounty?
Zoons, it's not even a proper diamond. It's zirconium, and it's only gold plate.
His family own most of Hatton Garden.
Moreover, it seems to me as if it has been set by an amateur. See how the mounting is constructed. So uneven and crooked. And the design is quite laughable.
No, thank you, Brian. I am unable to accept this. I am not in the habit of wearing gimcracks and jewjaws. Besides, as you can see, my finger is already taken. Do you think Mummy will have something for the white elephant?
I think your mummy is a white elephant.
Up a bit more! Perfect! Perfect! That's it! The chi is satisfied, the karma is in alignment with the dragon, and it really goes well with the wallpaper. No, on the bookshelf, on top!
But the plant is too heavy.
Caleb, the karma's free-floating! The pot has to go there! There! See? Has your father sent you here on purpose? He knows it's a bad time for me!
Mummy, I just wanted something for my white elephant stall.
Take! You're just like your father! None of you ever think of me! This is a crisis! I've got a dragon under the house and my best bookcase has just landed on his head! Couldn't your father find you anything?
He will when he has stopped being busy with Brian. Perhaps I could take this saucepan.
Don't touch it! It's not a saucepan, it's a Tang Dynasty chamber pot. It took us all of yesterday to get that in the right place. It's the only thing we've managed to position so far. If you have to take something, take the Fuang Sha. For goodness sake, the Fuang Sha! Not the Sha Fuang, the Fuang Sha. It's a giant with 3 heads symbolising fire, ice and water. Didn't they teach you anything at school?
Thank you, Mummy.
Caleb, what are we going to do? Practical solutions!
Why don't we go to the park?
Boom!
I do believe it possible to dance here with no material injury accruing to either body or mind, despite the felicities of rapid motion.
Provided one's partner's not of a disagreeable form and countenance, on the subject of which, what has happened to your wretched former partner?
Returned to a more suitable milieu.
If it's any consolation, Brian, I think your ring's lovely. It's really great. I really like it. Even if Heather doesn't. No, but I can tell you exactly why. You see, there's a very logical explanation. It's because she's a horrible snob. Not entirely. I know you like her. I'm just trying to say that you're better than that. You're worth 1 million of her and you deserve better. Frankly, Crispin Merveilleuse is welcome to her. No, but only in a manner of speaking.
Nearly there. Oh, Claire will be pleased.
I meant pub. Not as in site for the consumption of alcohol, but pub as in neutral forum for discussing the dragon problem.
Shut your bald cake hole!
Daddy, I have still only got one thing for my stall, and the fete is tomorrow, and I need some other things, and
Claire, I'm really busy at the moment.
But I have only got the Fwong Shing thing for Mummy.
Claire, I can't talk to you now. Brian's very upset.
But so am I very upset.
Oh, no, please, not stereo crying.
The Fwong Sha, Eric! I must have it back!
Liz, you gave it to Claire for her stall.
I'm awash with yin and we need something yang! I'm completely unbalanced!
I've been saying that for years.
Yes, well, that's exactly the kind of cynical response I expect from Westerners like you.
Liz, you're from Aylesbury. Please, Liz, it's like a child weepathon in there. The only person who hasn't been in floods of tears is me. Please don't take the feng show.
Here we are. I'll just ring the... Whoa! Oh, oh, oh.
That's it. We'll go to the fete and we'll have a great time. We won't let Heather spoil our fun, will we? We'll show her we don't care about what's happened. Of course we care. I know we care, Brian, but we don't want them to know that, do we? There, that's it. It'll be fine. There'll be apple bobbing. You're good at that, aren't you? You've got a real gift for putting things in your mouth. OK, Claire, got all your stuff?
I have not got any stuff, Daddy. Mummy took her thing back.
What about all the other things?
There aren't any. You forgot to find me anything. But Brian has been very upset. I understand.
There we are. You see, I didn't forget.
The tin of tuna and the newspaper.
There's more. Maria!
But I have nothing suitable.
What are you talking about? Everything in this room's rubbish. Just find some things. Otherwise, I'm going to tell the landlord of the Red Lion where the contents of his pub went last night. There we are. Sorted.
Thank you, Daddy.
Jean and Alan Watson, the Duchess of Kent.
How do you do, Mum?
And this is Roger and Louise Kempton. Roger and Louise, the Duchess of Kent.
How do you do, Mum?
And this is Ray and Sue Perfect.
How do you do, Mum?
How much is the doll?
20p.
How much is this?
It is, 20p.
There you are.
They're really lovely shoes. How much are they, Claire? 20p.
I can't get it out. It's stuck. The apple's stuck.
Roger, quick, she might see.
Who, the Duchess of Kent?
Oh, I don't care about her. No, Sue Perfect.
Brian, you mustn't worry. If we bump into the Perfects, we'll deal with it together. Come on. That's it. And if we see them, we'll just show them we're coping quite nicely, thank you very much. Oh, no, Mrs. Perfect.
Ah, Eric. And Brian, too. How splendid to see you here enjoying this jamboree. I feared Brian would be cloistered in a hamlet-like exile after such a hammer blow of rejection.
Oh, no. We put all that behind us now. It's a bit like that. What is that quote that everyone always quotes?
Well, Browning said, that a man's dream should exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for? Auden said, if equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. And Rimbaud said, quand l'amour est fini, l'amour n'est pas moi, belle que jardin.
Yes, well, I was thinking of there's plenty more fish in the sea.
How apposite. Makes you wonder why poets bother.
Anyway, the point is, Brian's over it. Aren't you, son?
Tears of joy, I assume.
Dearest wife, let us not forget that the Duchess of Kent hath asked that we autograph some items for her friends.
Fare thee well, Eric. And Brian, I'm sure it will not be long before you have another disappointment to take your mind off this one.
Goodbye, Brian. Did I show you my ring?
Brian, I'm sorry. I never should have made you come. Would you prefer it if we went home? Okay, wait here. I'll just go and tell Claire.
And what about dinner on the 26th? Well, it's not terribly convenient.
It's only a state banquet. It can be moved. Oh, I say, Crispin, my one true heart, it appeareth that my erstwhile suitor doth not wish to be parted from the object of his devotion.
Oh, now that he's here, he might as well play with us. What shalleth we play at?
How about a game of impressions?
A first-class idea. I'll begin.
Seen this video? This video.
You're no good arguing with me. You must talk to my daddy.
Claire, we're going home.
Not before we get an explanation. Did Claire get these things off you?
Of course she did. What are you suggesting? That I'm the kind of parent who's so concerned about one of his children he forgets about the needs of the other? Well, let me tell you, I'm not like that. I support both my kids equally. Both of them. So, yes, of course I got these things for Claire.
I'm going to break your legs, punk. I'm going to break your legs, punk.
Well, there were other people involved.
And what about this video?
Oh, my goodness.
Daddy, what is all-girl action?
And these shows are a disgrace.
I'm Brian Feeble.
Claire, I'm so sorry, darling. I had no idea. I mean, it is my fault, but in a way, I wasn't to know, and so it's not really my fault, although it is. But what you need to remember is, I mean, the thing is, it's... I'm gonna buy you such a big present.
Thank you, Daddy.
Brian, we're going now.
Waggish buffoonery, waggish buffoonery.
I've had just about enough of this. You two are an absolute disgrace. How dare you treat my son like this? Come on, Brian. Brian?
Oh, hurrah! A challenge!
So, the worm turneth.
Okay, gentlemen, I want a good, clean competition. You stick your heads in and lift out as many apples as you can. You've got 30 seconds, and may the best man win. Go!
Come on, Crispin!
Go for it, Brian!
That's it, Crispin! Trounce him!
Come on, Brian, you can do it!
Bravo, Crispin, it's a walkover!
Come on, Brian, you're running out of time!
Easy peasy, Crispin!
Just one, Brian, just get one. It's about pride now.
10, 9,
Crispin's the winner!
Don't forget pride, just make sure you don't drown.
6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Time's up!
Yes!
Oh, Crispin, you have failed your Queen of Hearts. Go from here and never disgrace my presence again. Perchance I misjudged you. 'Tis true that you have won the day, and perhaps you do deserve to kiss my hand.
So, Brian, are you feeling happier again? Well, so am I. And I must say, I really think you've done the right thing. You're much better off having nothing to do with Heather. Getting romantically involved with people like her is a recipe for disaster. It'll be a lot less stressful for you, and a lot less stressful for me. Come on, Claire. Claire? Claire? Oh, no.